All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Ruckus Room. I'm so excited today. We have Brad with Bronx Pizza, who's got a really big event coming up, and we wanted to invite him on the show today to talk about it. So,
Yes,
welcome, Brad. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Doing good. No problem.
Good.
So, what's going on this weekend on Sunday at 12 o'clock at your place?
Yes. So at noon on Sunday, October 19th, we are going to be hosting our second annual Vanilla Ice Little Smiles fundraiser event. So we started it about a year and a half ago. It was in February of 2024. That was our first year of doing it. And Rob, aka Vanilla Ice, and I became friends a couple years ago. He's filming his TV show down the street, flipping a house. Came into the restaurant, we hit it off, became friends, and in that time frame, we started kind of. As funny as it sounds from his song, we started collaborating and thinking of different ways that we could, help some, local charities, things like that. So, I asked him one day what his favorite one was. He talked about this Little Smiles. They are based out of like Palm Beach area, Florida, but they help children that are terminally ill, children that come from abused homes, just children in general. Their whole focus is on children. So Rob was kind of explaining the charity to me, really hit home, having two kids of my own, and just really wanted to do something to help them. So I talked to my partners, Mike and Bruno. We said, what could we do? Let's do something that's gonna, help this help this cause. So we decided to do a day dedicated strictly to that. I think actually we ended up calling it Slices for Smiles, but we decided to do 100% of our sales for that day donated straight to Little Smiles. So a lot of people do proceeds, which is great. I mean, anything anybody gives is obviously phenomenal whenever businesses do things like this and step it up. But we wanted to do something different. So let's not do proceeds. What are proceeds? Is you're taking out your labor, you're taking out your your food costs, you're taking out this, taking out that, and basically just leaving your profits, which is, like I said, still great gestures, still nice things to do. But we wanted to go, above and beyond and do something extra. So we said, let's do 100% of sales. We're not going to take anything out. We're not going to, we're paying our employees out of our pockets. We're paying for, the product out of our pockets. We're not going to try to do anything, different. And we want to give it all. So we talked to Rob about it. He was blown away. He was like, let's do it. Let's blow this thing up. He recorded a video with me last year, posted it, I think in like the first day of him having it on his TikTok and Instagram. It had like 300,000 views. And he's like, dude, this thing's going to be really busy. And I was like, okay. So we started preparing and, started planning and everything. And for our first year, it went off, without a hitch. I mean, we did a, great job. Our team stepped it up. Everybody really, went above and beyond for this day and for this cause. And our goal was to raise 30,000. Sales alone, we raised over 85,000 that day,
Wow.
and other donations that people gave exceeded over $100,000. So we gave it straight to Little Smiles. What I loved about it was they still kept it in the community. There's no per se pediatrics unit at the Advent Health in Flagler County. So they went to the closest pediatrics unit, which was Halifax Health and Advent Health. And I actually met them there the next day. I mean, unloaded vans of toys, diapers, clothes, food, everything. I mean, we brought these nurses out. They were blown away, in tears. They didn't expect it because we didn't tell them ahead of time. We just showed up with all this stuff. They ended up using the money as well, that I found out about 8 months ago. Went down there to Advent and to Halifax Health, and they actually built sensory rooms for them that they did not have at both of those hospitals. And I know those things are not cheap in any way. So it's nice to see that, yes, they are based out of South Florida, but they still use that money within the community, because anybody that's in Palm Coast, God forbid, your child is sick in any way and needs to be hospitalized. They're going to Halifax Health in Daytona. They're going to Advent Health in Daytona. Those are the closest ones that are going to be able to take care of children like that. So to know that money was used locally was just a great feeling for us. So we wanted to do it again this year. Rob said, let's do it. And we were going to do it again in February. We didn't pull the permit for the special event early enough. So we ended up planning it further in advance this time. Got the permit pulled, got approved for it, and we're excited. We're looking forward to it. We want to double what we did last year. I know it's crazy to think, but we really do. We want to be able to double what we did, and just bring light to this incredible cause, and continue to help these kids, and do anything we can to continue to help it.
Is there anything that you need anyone to bring in the community, or you just want to bring themselves, buy some food, or do they have to donate
So we
anything?
wanted to make it easy for everybody. So we were like, what can we do that's
Yeah.
make it easy? That you just got to come and order something from the restaurant. We don't encourage people to just come and hang out. Like Rob will be there in and out throughout the day. That's what he did last year. And I never asked him to do that. I never said, hey, we need you to be here. The guy's a busy man, obviously, and he did it. He came on his own time, wasn't paid for it. He did it out of the kindness of his heart. He spent hours and hours signing autographs, taking pictures, and I know him as a friend, but to see firsthand him interact with this many people, and he had a smile on his face the whole time, and it was genuine, because I saw him behind the scenes when he was in his trailer, and he was still happy. He wasn't like, some people it can get exhausting. I'm sure it is exhausting, but he never budged. He smiled the whole time. He was so happy to be there. He was so happy to do this. He's rocking a Bronx House hat the whole time. I mean, he was thrilled to be there and to be doing it. I just sent him a text yesterday, and I said, we're a week away. And he's like, oh, heck yeah, man, I'm ready for it. I'm so excited. So he'll be in and out. We don't want people to come and just hang out waiting to see him. Obviously, he will be there, and people will see him, throughout the day. But it's really about just coming and buying something, whether it's a pizza, whether it's an appetizer, or whether it's just a drink. Anything that you purchase that day is going straight to Little Smiles. We have a couple custom T-shirts that we had made. Not a couple, but we definitely got a few made. But we made these custom T-shirts specifically for the event, that we're going to be selling as well at a little stand right outside next to the Little Smiles stand, the Bronx House, and Little Smiles and Vanilla Ice collaborated T-shirts that we had made for that day that we'll be selling. But just in general, we're just going to continue to work at it, and we want to be able to make the best of it this year, and really our staff is incredible and has always helped us and has always gone above and beyond. So we're excited for it again. So just show up, purchase something. You might see Rob when you're there, sign an autograph, get a picture with them. But either way, if you come there, whatever you purchase, just know that that's going straight to Little Smiles, and it's going to a great cause. So.
What are your hours on Sunday, and where is? I know you got.
Yeah, so noon to 8, like we always.
Okay.
We're open at 12 noon to 8 p.m. every
And
Sunday.
if you want to give everybody the address, you've got multiple locations now.
So it is for our Hammock location. So it's 5384 North Ocean Shore Boulevard in Palm Coast. It's right across the street from the Publix. So just so everybody is aware, one of the things that is I wanted everybody to be aware of is we are going to have valet parking that day. It is complimentary. Cool. We did it last year, and I feel like people kind of steered away from it because I don't know if they thought we were going to charge for it, but we didn't. We paid for the valet company ourselves out of our own pocket. We did the same thing this year. We're not charging people for valet. We purchased the valet to make it easier for customers to pull in, let them park your car for you. You come in, enjoy yourselves, get something to eat. They'll pull it back up for you when you leave. And we also did that out of respect for our neighbors, because we do have neighbors behind us. We want to, respect them and their homes. So we will have around our perimeter of our restaurant will be completely roped off. We will have police there as well, just so everybody is aware, because we do not want, we respect our neighbors, and we do not want people just pulling in front of their driveways, things like that. So we encourage the valet. We have multiple lots around our building that we are going to be bringing those cars to parking. They will be safe. They'll be roped off. Yes, so I encourage the valet. You'll see it. We'll have signs lined up as you're getting to it. But we will have a lot of the perimeter roped off to prevent people from parking on their own, obviously out of respect for our neighbors. So
you don't want to encourage Ubers on Sunday, just drop you off in the hammock and pick you up when you're done.
Uber, that's even better. Saves the parking spots for others.
I know. I was going to say, all the girls wanted to go. I'm like, let's just Uber. It's easier over there. I just get dropped off and be like, hey, just pick us up when we're done.
Absolutely. Yeah, we encourage Ubers for sure. Absolutely. But it's just going to be a good time. We enjoy ourselves, we really like to see, we had a family last year who, they drove their son down from it was like Alabama or something. It was like 12 hours away. They called me a week before. They said, "Is Rob really going to be there?" I said, "Yeah, he's going to be there." And they drove their son down. He was terminal. He was one of his biggest fans. Watched his show all the time. So they drove down. He got to meet him. Kid was just lit up, and just had a smile on his face the whole day to see him. We do have a special guest coming. I believe she is still coming, but she's a local in Daytona, high schooler. I believe her name is Kaylee, but she was actually featured in Little Smiles' Stars Ball last year, which they have every year in West Palm Beach. It's their biggest event of the year. They raise millions of dollars for these children, and she was featured as their star last year, and she is a local, so I believe she is going to be a special guest of ours that day. We are going to have just a DJ set up in our beer garden like we did last year throughout the day, just playing some tunes and stuff like that. We're not blaring music, we're not getting rowdy or crazy, but we are going to have some good vibes in the beer garden with our liquor truck will be open in the beer garden as well, serving cocktails, obviously our full menu inside as well. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun.
So just real quick, before we wrap up, Smiles, you said it's for terminally ill kids. Does that help just them get their dental work?
Well, no. So it's that, believe it or not, no. So the smiles just comes from them actually. And I actually made a comment to somebody about the little smiles.
Because someone asked me, is it about their teeth or what?
I was like, no, that's the dentist's office. It's different. So
Yeah.
one of Rob's quotes, because he loves Little Smiles and he's been with them for years. One of his quotes is "Smiles are contagious." So they say Little Smiles because these children, when they do these events for them, they see their faces light up, and
okay.
so they're little kids as smiles. And when they see their smiles light up, it allows them, to forget about the illness that they have just for a minute, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's 10 hours, whether it's 10 days. They put on these events for them. Their Stars Balls that they actually just had this past Saturday, their annual Stars Ball down there. And they dress these kids up in, full gowns. The boys are dressed in full tuxes and they roll out a red carpet. They have paparazzi taking pictures. Everybody's asking for their autograph. They make them feel like they're a celebrity. And it's like, so it's things like that they do. They'll go to the hospitals where these kids are sick, and they'll, Vanilla Ice was telling me about one where he showed up and they had all these water guns and they were spraying each other with them, and they were spraying him. And he was like, obviously with their permission, we asked the people that ran the hospital, and they were like, no. And he said to see these kids, man, who don't know how much longer they have, and they're smiling and laughing and giggling because they're able to forget about the pain for just a few minutes, for a few moments. And that's why they call it Little Smiles, because they do whatever they can to be able to bring smiles to these little children's faces. So,
well, thank you so much for coming on today. Everybody go out to Bronx Pizza on Sunday from 12 to 8. Buy your food, buy your pizza, buy your drinks, Uber there. That would help them out greatly. And go check them out and see Vanilla Ice. And it's for a great cause. Absolutely. And thank you so much, Brad, tonight for joining us. And we'll get this video out so everybody can see it in the community. And we're always here if you ever need us.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys then.
Have a great night, guys. We'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye.